Good gaming laptops under $1,100. Looking for the best gaming laptops under $1,100? After tons of research, I've put together this list for you of the 5 best gaming laptops under $1,100. If you have time, great, watch through the list. Let's now dig into the list and see all the gaming laptops that I've gathered for you that fall under the budget of $1,100. We'll feature 5 gaming laptops here at least, just so that the number looks round. 5 best gaming laptops under $1,100. Enough with the lame jokes. Let's check them out. 1. Dell Gaming G3. It is solidly built and quite heavy, but that is to be expected of a gaming laptop. This is probably because they need more power for intensive gaming, but the laptop's adapter is almost as big as the laptop itself. A button on the keyboard turns on the backlit keys, and there are ports for practically anything you could think of. Although I'm not familiar with matte screens, I think this particular model has a great matte texture that prevents glare quite nicely. When trying to preserve battery life, remember the brightness controls on the keyboard, something to consider when working with laptops. The startup was a nightmare, but largely due to the fact that my internet was down, an essential requirement to get everything started. Trying to add an additional user was equally frustrating since many of the same components had to be re-downloaded again, and this led to the system freezing again. Once past all that, everything was a snap. 2. Acer Nitro 5. Acer can only do so much with a $330 lower price through AMD's new Renoir CPU architecture. Other than packing a 6-core Ryzen 5 versus an 8-core Ryzen 7, the Nitro 5 has 8GB of memory versus 16GB and a 256GB solid-state drive instead of a 512GB one. Most people will not be able to install many games with the smaller SSD. You can add even more storage with the SD card reader in the 2.5-inch drive bay. The box comes with a cable, as well as a second M.2 slot for another SSD. NVIDIA's GeForce GTX 1650 graphics are the least powerful among the gaming laptops, so the Acer naturally falls short. Because you won't see frame rates much faster than 60 FPS, the IPS panel keeps its refresh rate at the standard 60 Hz as opposed to 120 Hz or faster. 3. Rog Zephyrus G15. At the time of making this video, this gaming laptop was under $1,100, but it may have increased in price by the time you're reading it, so we apologize for that. But if you ever find it in under $1,100, jump on that deal. An excellent laptop should be accompanied by an excellent monitor, too. The keyboard makes me feel as if I'm using a high-end laptop. Upgrading the RAM was a pain, though. When using your laptop with heavy software, a cooling pad is essential. Furthermore, adding another stick of RAM for dual-channel utilization will make Windows run better while multitasking. 4. HP Omen 15. Even with its 1TB SSD, 10th generation Intel processor, and premium design, the HP Omen 15 isn't the most powerful laptop. One of the most exciting aspects of the HP Omen 15 is that the laptop includes the latest NVIDIA hardware. It didn't run old games well but was capable of running AAA titles reliably. The battery-powered Death Stranding controller continues to deliver a solid and smooth performance even after several hours of playing, with frames averaging between 80 FPS and 90 FPS. It still keeps a solid frame rate of around 30 FPS even without power, which is quality for most AAA console and PC titles. Although the laptop makes quite a bit of noise, the fan does not tend to get too loud when running. 5. Asus Rog Zephyrus. As the Zephyrus G fires Shadow of the Tomb Raider at 10,80p and 1080p at 36 frames per second, it is armed with an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660T GPU and 6GB of VRAM. I occasionally encountered some stuttering, but it was overall solid. When the Zephyrus G was benchmarked on the Rise of the Tomb Raider benchmark, very high, 1080p, it averaged 43 frames per second, FPS, which is comparable to the mainstream gaming laptop average. Hitman Ultra, Extreme, 1080p, did a decent job for the Zephyrus G, hitting 73 frames per second. Here's what a user had to report: I bought this computer to have at my mom's house as I am her caregiver. I live my desktop at home and super happy with this laptop. It plays my games, has great cam and sound for Zoom, and has plenty of room for all my programs, pictures. Very happy, recommend.